The real question is he a straight gay man? Or is he a gay straight man?
Grab your cosmos and clutch your pearls, folks, because the man behind the Manolos just flipped the script. Michael Patrick King, the creative mind who gave us brunch, bold outfits, and big drama, has reportedly hinted that And Just Like That might be strutting into its final season. Yes, the heels might finally be coming off, and just like that, our jaws hit the floor. It all started with a suspiciously final-sounding interview. King, the executive producer, writer, and ultimate puppet master of Sex and the City and its Gen X sequel, casually suggested that the show might be wrapping things up. He didn't say it outright, because, Hollywood loves a cliffhanger, but his cryptic tone had fans rewatching the clip like it was a Zapruder film. He teased that the storylines were reaching their natural conclusion, and that this season was the emotional payoff of everything that came before it, meaning the girls might be going back in the closet, and not the walk-in kind. Well, fans were confused, amused, and very, very vocal. Some were like, thank the fashion gods. Others mourned the possible end of Carrie and company, like it was the fall of Rome, or worse, brunch at Balthazar getting canceled. And let's just say Twitter became one big group chat like, wait, what do you mean it's ending? Or, good, I'm tired of Chadiaz. Or, not until we get a Samantha spinoff called Still That Girl. On Reddit, fans expressed a blend of shock and bittersweet acceptance. I'm sad, but it makes sense. Carrie's arc really feels complete, said one user. Let's be real, Season 3 has been way better than the first two. They're going out on a high note, wrote another. Yet, not all comments were rosy. Some fans expressed frustration that the show finally found its footing, only to be canceled. You fixed Che, you redeemed Miranda, and now you end it? Unfair, said a Reddit user. Even haters tuned in for the hate watch. Because let's face it, complaining about And Just Like That became a global sport. Michael Patrick King's sly farewell vibes come amid rumors that HBO might not even be pushing for renewal. Ratings haven't exactly been fire emoji, and let's not forget, Kim Cattrall was basically resurrected by popular demand for one blink-and-you'll-miss-it cameo. Morale is shaky when fans are begging for a hologram over Zoom. King's decision to end the series now isn't just about creative closure. There's also the backdrop of shifting media landscapes, changing audience attention spans, and, perhaps most crucially, legacy protection. There's a risk in overextending beloved franchises. Just look at the criticism Game of Thrones, or Dexter, faced for ruining their endings. King, savvy and seasoned, appears determined not to let that happen to Sex and the City. In recent interviews, he emphasized the importance of knowing when to stop. We don't want to beat a dead horse or wear out a pair of Jimmy Choos that should have been retired seasons ago, he quipped. There's also been behind-the-scenes drama, fan backlash, and character arcs that feel less like evolution and more like identity crises. Seriously, what even is Miranda doing anymore? So it depends. If you thought the revival was bold, brave, and beautifully awkward, maybe you'll miss it. If you thought it was Carrie Bradshaw meets Black Mirror, maybe it's time to let go. But love it or hate it, And Just Like That sparked conversation. It showed aging women living messy, interesting lives. It brought diversity, some of it clunky for sure, and it made sure the ladies weren't just sitting around sipping Cosmos for nostalgia's sake. Still, even diehard fans are ready to let the Jimmy Choos rest. Well, Michael Patrick King didn't 100% confirm it's over. He left just enough ambiguity for us to spiral. Maybe HBO Max will greenlight one more season. Maybe we'll get a spin-off starring Lisa Todd Wexley's handbags. Or maybe Carrie will launch a true crime podcast and pivot into only murders in the Upper East Side. Because in Hollywood, nothing ever really dies, except for Mr. Big. If this really is the end, let's give it the send-off it deserves. Lipstick bold, heels higher, and a closing voiceover from Carrie that makes us laugh, cringe, and cry all at once. After all, And Just Like That may not have been perfect, but it dared to age in a world that worships youth. And in the end, maybe that was the bravest choice of all. So, will it come back? Will Samantha return full-time? Will Che get a solo spin-off? God help us. Will Carrie ever pay rent without a man? We don't know, but we're watching. And just like that, we've reached the end.